So you've had about a week now to review and discuss last Friday's loss to Granada. How has the team responded at practice this week?
I'd say it's mixed. We had you come off a loss like that, and I told the guys afterwards on Friday, you're going to learn a lot about yourself, you're going to learn a lot about your teammates on Monday, and coming back on how well you perform on Monday and that type of thing. And then for us, Monday was a holiday. We don't take it off for practice, so we're ready to go. No school, so we started early in the morning, 9 o'clock. We started film session and a team meeting at 9, and we learned some things about some of our guys, just to the fact of 9 o'clock, who was there and who wasn't, and that type of thing. So was everybody there at 9 o'clock? No. Was everybody there at 9:15? Some, still some that weren't there. So yeah, mixed. I think some guys were ready to work and ready to go on Monday, but there's also some guys that seemed like maybe the loss didn't affect them as much or that type of thing. So got some work to do there with those guys, and we're taking care of that. But other than that, they're ready to go and turn the page, just like we have. Monday was the last time we were going to deal with it, and with Granada, and we got better at practice. We got better Tuesday, and we're expecting to get better today as well, and getting ready for Houston. And the grand scheme of things is, like I told them on Monday, the season's not over. Championships aren't won and lost, in week 2. We have a lot of games left, and I don't see why any reason why the rest of the games we go to, we can't be very competitive and be successful in all those. And so it's a bump in the road for sure, but all in all, I think generally as a team, our guys are ready to go for Friday.
You go up against an 0-2 Houston team at home this week. Of course, you never want to overlook any opponents, but is this, this kind of game just what the boys are needing after last week?
Yeah, it is and it isn't. You don't want to. You want to make sure we fix the things that were giving us an issue last Friday. And what we did on film on Monday was we went through and watched maybe 30 plays out of that game, that entire game, and not one of those plays was there a time when Granada did something spectacular, out of the ordinary, any instance where it wasn't a correctable issue on our side, or it wasn't an issue where we shot ourselves in the foot. The biggest plays from that game were all on us, completely on us, and as players and coaches, we all collectively take full responsibility for that, and we're accountable for those actions. That's where we're going to get better. And so, yeah, you want to have a game kind of like this to work on those things, but at the same time, if you have a game like this where we feel extremely confident about Friday, and like you said, you don't want to overlook anybody, but at the same time, we expect to win. We go out there to expect to win. Now, if we come away with a win and people just focus on that, then you may have not fixed half the things that you need to work on, but it gets overlooked because of the win. And so you really want to make sure, and the biggest part of Friday is going to be Saturday, being able to, regardless of what happens on Friday, go back on the film on Saturday and see, did we fix the things we need to fix from the previous week? And not so much about what did we do right on Friday, what did we do right against Houston. It's more like, what do we need to fix going in, and did we accomplish that? That's where your championships are going to be won and lost. If you take it one game at a time, but you solely look at the wins and losses, week 10 you could have the same problems you're having in week 2, and that's what we don't want to happen. What we've had happen in years past, we've had some pretty good teams that's happened to us before. We've had some pretty talented players that in week 10 fighting the same issue we had in week 2. We don't want that to happen with these guys, and I don't think that these guys will put in that type of effort. They're going to put in the effort to get better every time, every day, every week, every play, whatever it is. And so that's our focus. The focus is getting better on our end, control what we can control, and go from there.
One of the things I've heard you mention a couple times in post-game huddles is that the preseason schedule holds a little bit more relevance this season. Talk about the importance of winning games even before the league season even gets underway.
Well, because of the playoff system, that's the nature of the beast. Is that every week you're looking to move up in the seeding. Our expectations is we're going to make playoffs. That's the expectations we've set for the last 5 years. We've been in the playoffs. We want to continue that streak. It's just where you're going to fit in the playoffs. And every win puts you a little notch higher than somebody else. And so, you look at some of these scorers from around the area. If everybody hits a bump in the road, it could be the difference between them coming to your place or you going to their place. And that's huge. Anytime you can get a home playoff game, regardless of what round it is, that's a big time game. Not only for your fans, your community, because not everybody's playing, so you got a bigger fan base now to draw from. But at the same time, you got the confines of your own stadium, your own locker room, your own pregame routine, and that type of thing for a win or go home type of game. So, yeah, it means a lot. Definitely means a lot. But at the same time, you want to get better, and I think our schedule, having a game like Granada early in the year like that helps us. Because if you do have a bump in the road like we did on Friday, it's early and it's not late. I'd rather get that bump in the road now than have it happen in weeks 8 and 10 when we got Los Banos and Central. It's definitely good to have a steady, consistent schedule, but at the same time, you want to make sure you get come out of these preseason with some wins.
It's been about a month or so since official team practices began. What's your assessment of how your team's playing at this point, and what are some things that you still want to see them improve upon?
Well, everything. You can't get complacent in anything that we do. We have to get faster pursuing to the football on defense. We have to get better at executing our plays on offense, staying with our blocks, making the right reads, whatever offense worth our the run and the pass. It's across the board. Just got to get better. It's not. We're not in a point where we're horrible right now and we have to make mass changes. Nobody within this organization is panicking in any way. It's things that are correctable and things that will be corrected as we go on. But I like where we're at. Obviously I don't like the record. It'd be nice to be 2-0, but in terms of a progression, I think we're okay. We're not in a position where we've wasted 4 weeks or we've taken steps backwards recently. In no way is that the case. When we executed on Friday, when we executed the plays that were called or the defense that was called, we were pretty good, and we were able to move the ball. We were able to come up with stops. The whole third quarter seemed like it was played at the 30 going in. We had chances and plenty of them. But we had turnovers in the red zone. We got takeaways in the red zone. We had great field position 3-4 times in the third quarter. Came away with 0 points, and it was 12-6 at that time. So we just have to be better at finishing drives, finishing the play itself, and not shooting ourselves in the foot on first and second down. That seemed to be the biggest problem offensively on Friday. We don't operate in third and a mile. We don't have that, we don't have the big play opportunities, but we do have guys that can make big plays when things are executed correctly. So, we'll get better, and I think we are getting better. And so, progression-wise, we're okay right now. I don't see a big issue with anything. But you always want to get better. You always want to get faster. You always want to make your reads better. You always want to execute your blocks more, efficiently and that type of thing. So. We'll do that.
This game, second game in a row at home, gives your guys a chance to come in and maybe get some redemption, and show the hometown fans, give them a win to cheer for. Does that provide extra motivation for your players?
Yeah.
2 games in a row at home.
Yeah. Anytime you go out and you have a performance like we had on Friday, you walk away thinking you just let everybody down. It's just the way it is. You walk off the field and. You're sick to your stomach, and there were things that I did wrong that were eating me alive Friday night, in the middle of the night, because I knew what they were, and I knew they're not going to happen again. I'm gonna fix those things, and everybody that walked out that field probably felt the same way. At least I hope they felt the same way. And so you feel in a sense of a letdown to the community, to your fans, and at the same time, they're not going to turn your back on you. They're there to support you. They were there at the end of the game, and in our tight huddle at the end with our guys. They're disappointed. You know, the fans are disappointed in the loss, but at the same time, they're ready to pick those kids up and let's get better at the next week and come out and get them. And that's been our mission this week is, you know, come back. You got yourself another redemption game at home. You know, you tend to focus on not losing at home and that type of thing. You should never do that. And so we got to get some redemption. And I think that's been in the back of our guys' minds a little bit this week is they don't want to let their fans down again. They don't want to let their family, their friends, you know, teammates, you know, coaches, anybody. You know, we don't want to let anybody down on a Friday night because we put in all the work during the week, and let's get something out of it.